Hello and welcome to another healthy recipe. So today we're going to be making a side. We're going to be making roasted Brussels sprouts. So I have my Brussels sprouts right here. I washed them, rinsed them, cleaned them good, and then going to quarter them and we'll go from there. All right. So once they are washed, put them over here. You're going to cut off the end. And then this is a very big one. So I usually quarter them, which is cut them in half and cut them in half again. But because this one's pretty big, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in half again. And I'm just going to put the cut ones aside and leave the ends over here to be discarded. So I'm going to do that with all of my Brussels sprouts. You want to make sure that they are washed well, and make sure your hands are washed before you start handling your food. Or if you're cooking for someone else, you still want to make sure that your hands are washed. You also should wash them throughout. So again, cut them in half, cut them in half again, and do that to each one. Cut the end off, and cut them to the size that you want. If you come across a small Brussels sprout, you won't have to cut it as much because it'll already be the size that you like. Let's see if I could find a smaller one. These are all actually pretty big. This one's a little smaller. So I'm only gonna cut this one in half once. It's actually still a little big. These are actually pretty big Brussels sprouts. I usually don't get Brussels sprouts this large. So I'm gonna go ahead, pause the video, and finish cutting up all of my Brussels sprouts. So depending on the amount of Brussels sprouts you're making or the amount of people you're cooking for will determine the size pan that you want. I'm cooking for 3 people, so this smaller pan is perfect for us. However, if I was making a large batch like I do for Thanksgiving or holidays, I would use a larger pan like this so I could cook a larger amount for a larger amount of people. The next step is to add the Brussels sprouts to your pan, and you kind of want to spread them out so they're all in one even layer. This will help them all cook evenly. I like to use a pair of tongs when I'm going to mix these after we season them. Excellent. Next, we're going to drizzle some olive oil over the Brussels sprouts. Then a little salt, a little pepper, some garlic powder, and This is optional, but I like to add just a little bit of adobo. Then we're going to take tongs and just kind of mix it around so that they're all evenly seasoned. This is sometimes easier than it looks, and they're all falling, but that's okay. Then once they're all kind of turned over and it's mixed, I judge if it needs a little bit more. Again, you want to kind of flatten it out so it's like one layer so they all cook evenly. I can actually add a few more. All right, so it could use just a little bit more pepper on this side, a little bit more salt, and a little bit more garlic. All right, that is it. We're going to bake this now. Because of the size of the tray is small, it fits in my toaster oven, so I can bake it in there. Otherwise, you would just use your oven for a bigger tray. We're going to bake it at 350, and it is going to bake for 30 minutes. Halfway through, I'm going to use the tongs and kind of mix them again, turn them over, and continue baking for the other 15 minutes. So I will see you in 15 minutes. Okay, so it's halfway. I'm just going to mix these, turn them over so that they're cooking not only just evenly with each other, but that one side's not getting more brown than the other. All right, excellent. I'm gonna put them back in and let them keep cooking. See you in another 15 minutes. So another 15 minutes went by, and while they're cooked, they're not quite roasted. So I'm just gonna mix them up again. And put them in for another 15 minutes. I'll see you in another 15 minutes. All right, so they're done. They are cooked and crunchy. I don't know if you can hear that. And I know Brussels sprouts aren't always on the list of things that people like, but trust me, crispy roasted Brussels sprouts are delicious, and they're so good for you. It's a great side to enjoy with any meal. You can have it alongside some chicken. You can roast other vegetables and eat them if you're a vegetarian. A nice grilled eggplant or portobello mushroom. Even along with macaroni and cheese, I'm telling you, roasted Brussels sprouts go great with everything. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.